Hey guys, if you ever get a chance to live by the ocean, I highly recommend it. It's very grounding for you, and it's overall just very high vibrational. I'm one of those people that needs that extra grounding. Even if it's more expensive for me to live there, it's totally worth it for me. I'll do whatever it takes to live in high vibrational locations where everyone's exercising, everyone's eating healthier, and overall it's just a higher quality of life. This is one of the reasons why I really like the West Coast. People here on the West Coast, they will just live in their cars. They will live in their vans just to be able to be in these high vibrational locations. You can't beat this view. It's pretty good. I just feel so much happier. Coming from Alabama, it's very stagnant there. The frequency is very slow. With the energy coming off the ocean, it's going to be much faster moving, much easier to manifest things. Your heart chakra is much more open. Before I lived on the West Coast, I didn't know what it was even like to have your heart chakra open, to be open and feeling like the energy is flowing through your body very well. You know, if you're a more sensitive person, it's going to benefit you greatly to move to one of these locations. At first, I was like, how am I going to pay to live out here and do things like this? But really, it opens up so many opportunities for abundance because it's so much easier to manifest when your heart chakra is open and when you're really connected to your heart's desires. And guys, I've been to Florida many times. It's just not the same as the West Coast. The energy there is more stagnant, and there are pockets that you can find that are better, that are more high vibrational, like Fort Lauderdale. That wasn't too bad, but for the most part, it felt very dense for me whenever I would go to Florida. And I've been there like 100 times. And I've been to other places on the East Coast. My advice, just go out and feel these different locations. Feel how your heart feels. Feel what it feels like to be there. And just sense the energy. It's crazy. I see tons of people out exercising, even a lot of older people in their 70s and 80s biking and walking and running, and are always out and about walking their dogs. The dogs just love it. There's lots of trees, lots of parks for them to be able to go to. A lot of people say, well, a lot of people are moving out of California, moving out of these places to go to Sedona or to Arizona or to Florida. And I've had people come to me during sessions, and they just absolutely don't enjoy themselves anymore there because there's just no trees. It's just not, don't just listen to what other people say and go to these places. Do it for like political reasons and stuff. And that's okay, but at the end of the day, people are going to go where it's most high vibrational. Like the older people in Alabama, you would never see them because they would never come outside of their house. They're always just cooped up inside. And here, it's like everyone's enjoying themselves. Believe me, I was very scared to make the move to come to the West Coast, but it's really the best thing I ever did. And sometimes when you feel that fear, there's a reason that fear is there. Sometimes you have to overcome it, and you have to make that decision, feel the fear, and do it anyways. Because you can try to release the fear all you want, but in the end, that fear may never go away until you actually do that, because there's a reason it's still there. It's for you to overcome that. That's one thing that my generation really needs to learn more of, is just feeling the fear and doing it anyways. Whether you're going to fail at it or whether you're not, you're going to learn a whole lot from these experiences. People in my generation are so afraid of failure. They have to make the right decision with everything. And it's very crippling. Perfectionism and things is like some of the most stagnant energy because it's just unrealistic. And you're going to make mistakes and you're going to have failures in life. And that's all a part of this journey. And that's how you become a man. That's how you become a woman or whatever you want to be. I'm going to be in the highest vibrational locations because I don't want to be a victim to my environment. I'm a very sensitive, empathetic person. And when there's other people that are very closed off around me, or I'm in a place where the energy is very dense, it's going to affect me greatly. And some people say they have to be the light and the dark locations, and they were meant to be there. Most of the time, that's not the case, and they're just kind of making shit up in their heads. Most of the time, Spirit wants what's best for us, and they want us to go where we are happiest. A lot of times when we incarnate into these vessels, we just choose what's available at the time. But this family seems pretty good. They're making a certain amount of money, and they're available, so I'm going to incarnate there. And you may not connect a whole lot with your family when you get here. My soul chose to incarnate in a certain location, like in the US, but doesn't mean you have to stay in that location that you grew up in, whether it's Alabama or wherever it is. And that's the same thing with your family. People say, family's everything, family's everything. It's really annoying when people say that sometimes. Moral of the story is get out of your head and get into your heart. Because ultimately, if you do things all from the logical mind and logically it makes sense and other people are telling me this and that, that's going to stagnate you and stagnate your growth as a person. Really focus on the heart and expanding the heart and connecting in with the heart, because most of us are already quite developed up here. Most of society in general. Where do we need to focus on? Maybe your emotions, maybe your heart, your connection to your heart. And you may need someone to help show you that, whether it's being in a relationship with someone, because when everyone else is closed off around you and has no connection to their heart chakra at all, how are you supposed to know what open even is? It's all about perspective and just raising your frequency, seeing things from a higher perspective.